Hi class, today we're going to be working on area of a trapezoid. A trapezoid is a shape that has two parallel sides. Two parallel sides. These are examples of trapezoids. So this top side and the bottom side are parallel, but the other sides are not. If we continue those lines, they will intersect. Same with the second shape. The top side and the bottom are parallel, but if we continue the left side straight up and the right side, they will intersect up here somewhere. So that's what makes a trapezoid special, is that it only has two parallel sides, where a rectangle or a parallelogram, all of the sides are parallel. Okay, there is a formula we can use for area of a trapezoid. And that formula is area equals 1/2 times the height times base 1 plus base 2. And these two bases are the parallel sides. And this formula is a little bit less intuitive than the other ones. But I'm going to try and help you see where it came from. So the area of a rectangle is base times height. The area of a trapezoid, we're adding our two bases, multiplying it by the height, and then dividing it by 2. So I made a trapezoid that is similar. I got it as close as I could to the one on your worksheet. And again, we have 12, 10, and 20. And if we take this trapezoid and flip it around, and we put it next to our original trapezoid, we make a rectangle, right? If we go from here all the way up, there's a rectangle. And the area of a rectangle is base. Well, our base here is 20, and then we need to add the 12. So 20 plus 12, we're adding our two bases, times our height, which is 10. But since we doubled this, our answer is not a rectangle. Our answer, we need the area of the trapezoid. Since we doubled it, we now need to cut that answer in half. So you can see why we add the two bases up. That becomes our length of this big rectangle. And then when we divide it by 2, we're actually taking away that added rectangle, leaving us with the trapezoid. Okay, let's use that formula for this first shape we have. Let's go ahead and label our bases. We have 18 and 12, and it doesn't matter which order you put those in. And our height, remember when you go to the doctor and stand up to take your height, you stand straight up. So we need to go straight from the bottom to the top. And our height is 11. So for this first example, we are going to use our formula. 1/2 times the height, which is 11, times base 1, which is 12, plus base 2, 18. Start with parentheses. This is 30. And it doesn't matter which order you solve this. I don't want to take half of 11 because that's going to give me a decimal, so I'm going to take half of 30. Half of 30 is 15. And then I need to multiply 15 times 11, which is 165. And remember our units, which is millimeters. And with area, our units are squared. So the area of a trapezoid is 165 millimeters squared. You can always use that formula. We can also, this doesn't work for all of them, but the second trapezoid, we can break it up into a rectangle and a triangle. If we tried to do this here, it'd be possible, but we would end up with 2 triangles, which just adds quite a bit more work, but you're always welcome to break it up into smaller pieces. If I break this up into a rectangle and a triangle, the length and width of my rectangle, here's my width, and my length would be 12. If this side is 12, so will the bottom of my rectangle. And if this width is 10, so will this side. Okay, but I need to find the base of this triangle. And if I know the length of my rectangle is 12, but this whole side is 20, I need to find our missing piece. And I know that 12 plus that missing piece has to equal 20. So I can take away 12. And the base of my triangle is going to be 8. Okay, so this one we are going to look at our rectangle, which I'm going to color green. And we're going to take the area of our rectangle, and we are going to need to add that to the area of our triangle, which I'll label blue. The reason we add them is because those two shapes together create our trapezoid. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. Our length is 12. Our width is 10. And then we need to add the area of our triangle. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. 1/2 base is 10, or excuse me, base is 8, and height is 10. 12 times 10 is 120. Remember, order of operations, we need to do all of our multiplication first. 1/2 of 8 is 4. 4 times 10 is 40. So the area of my triangle is 40. And the area of my rectangle is 120. So we are going to add those up to find the area of the entire trapezoid. And our answer is 160. In this problem, there are no units, so our answer, we are simply going to write units, whatever those units may be, squared, because area is always squared. So there are two strategies you can use to find the area of a trapezoid. You can choose whichever one is easier for you, and you may use a calculator for your homework. We will practice this in class tomorrow. Have a good evening.